everyone, it's Kayla McCoy, the host of the DreamTeam Podcast, made by the students.
For the students.
You guys, we have so much to cover, but we're going to focus on College Game Day. We're going to focus on the history that has been made since the last time you've seen us.
This is the last time. I know that people miss us. There's been a lot to go on, transpired. We're currently 8-0, the first time in Jackson State history. We just had College Game Day live, come to the campus, show us love, show the appreciation of the city, of our culture, and many other cultures. And we're just going to tap into everything that's been going on these last couple weeks.
Stay tuned. We have history leading up to College Game Day. How was that?
On Tuesday, we had the blessing to be blessed with the president of Heisman Trophy winner, Desmond Howard. He came to our practice on Tuesday. Despite the rain, we were in the gym. He gave us plenty of game, talked to the players at each position. So for the players to have, that type of dynamic, extraordinary player come and talk to them and understand what they're going through as young men in the college world, playing football, being seen to the fans and to the community. Not long just Prime. I think the players are getting used to Coach Prime. So when he brings in these different type of people to share their stories, and they're paving the way how they came to the top, the work ethic, their character, just everything like that. Speaking of Mr. Desmond Howard, we want to thank you on the behalf of the DreamTeam Podcast and Jackson State University that you came and gave your time and give your gems to our players, our faculty, and our staff.
I was actually in the what would we call it, the yard, when it was crazy. Like I'm still new here, so I'm still trying to get all the terminologies. But when I say the people of Jackson came out and they came to support, when that big orange bus came and hit that curb, everyone just rushed it, and he came down, showed love, and it was an amazing experience. And sometimes in the moment we don't understand the importance of it just in the moment, but I think years from now, even decades from now, we'll be able to look back and see like, wow, we were able to be a part of history. This doesn't happen often, and to just be a part of something like that, I think is just it's monumental. A lot of people do not even fathom experiencing things like this because they don't see that it's possible. But here at Jackson State, anything is possible, and we continue to show that time and time again, thanks to Coach Prime and all of his connections that really care about us and show that they care.
Okay, now we're going to go over the Dream Team Podcast Players of the Week. At first, for the offensive side of the ball, we have Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur had 250 total yards, 3 total touchdowns, and a 50-yard rushing touchdown. He showed immense maturity and patience, as a quarterback. That's why he's number 3 in the FCS, and that's why he has over 2,500 total yards.
Now for our Defensive Player of the Week, we have number 45, Aubrey Miller Jr. He recorded 9 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 back down pass. These last few weeks, he has been dominating on all levels of the game, competing at an all-time high in the SWAC, and one of the top defensive players in all of FCS.
All right, now you guys, we're going to get into the special teams and the play of the game.
The Special Teams Player of the Week is my guy, number 37, Jacob Polite. Hey, we don't give a lot of shout out to the long snappers in the world, but as you can see on all our punts, he's the first one down the field. He gets the ball on the touchbacks inside the 1. He has the most tackles for the punt team, and he leads the tackles for the punt team in all the SWAC. So shout out to number 37, my guy J. Poe. Love, my brother.
All right, you guys, so now we're going to the play of the game, and we have Shiloh Sanders and Dejon Warren, a.k.a. Nugget.
Southern been looking for to make a big play all game. That's what they've done to everybody else in the SWAC all season. When you go against the number one defense in the SWAC and the top defense in all the FCS, you're going to find plays like this. Going down the sideline, the quarterback throws it, Nugget taps it right in Shiloh hands for the big play. Shout out to the DBs for making the big play. Shout out to Coach Dennis Thurman for calling it up, dialing it up. And that's how we do Jackson State football.
So bouncing off of that, we have on social media Uncle Snoop recording the game and talking about Shiloh and saying all giving his graces, and I had the luxury and the, you know what I'm saying, it was one of those moments. Normally when it be like, you know what I'm saying, it be some celebs and stuff, I keep it cool, but that's Uncle Snoop. That's a legend. He showed up on campus during homecoming, and I asked him how did he feel about. First, I asked him what he loved the most about Coachprime, and then I asked him what did he feel like Coachprime is doing with HBCU as a whole, and then he had a few words to say on that. And what I love is the support is continuous. This is something that we can see is not just a recent relationship. Although most of us, we've never seen someone of Uncle Snoop's stature come to a game. We're like, this just happened out of nowhere. Right. But to know that he and Coachprime have already had a, you know, long-lasting relationship, and this is just nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like family-wise. So I thought that was pretty cool of him expressing how he feels and continuously showing the support via social media. Not just when he's coming and showing, you know, it's one thing, well, I'll say it's one thing to show it on social media, but it's another thing to come and congregate and fellowship with everyone and show the love face to face, in the flesh, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that I think it's amazing. And wow, I'm still shook about that myself, like, what, Snoop? But yeah, so.
Thank you, OG Snoop, for coming through and showing love to not just the city, but the university, the faculty, and the staff. We have a special guest, our first guest ever on the Dream Team Podcast, number 45, Aubrey Miller Jr.
All right, so Aubrey, in what ways has Coachprime shaped your trajectory on life?
He's teaching me how to be a pro. I mean, that's the main thing. I think that's the main goal he wanted me to focus on is being a pro. I learned how to mature in the game, not only in life, but it's in the game, being a linebacker, learning how to be around pros already. Especially taking on a major role as if I go to the next level. So he's just shaping my way in a bigger form than what I thought I already learned.
So speaking of pro, what's the experience like being able to not only be, you know, have a pro as a coach, but also being surrounded by other pro coaches, and also having people who are in the pros now come to your practices, come to the games? How does that make you feel, knowing that that's where you want to go in life and you're able to see these people on a day-to-day basis?
Well, it kind of changed my mindset as far as the decision that I made. You know, going from SEC school, coming out to the SWAC, it kind of switched up my, what I want to say. Like I said, it switched up my mindset as far as coming down to the SWAC. I'm thinking I'm taking a step down, but really was a major step up. You know what I'm saying? I'm meeting a lot of guys that I never thought I'd meet in my life, especially thinking that I would have to go to the next level to meet these guys, and taking in the information that they're giving me. As far as Coach DT and Coach Mathis, a lot of other guys that play in the NFL, but to seek them out as far as Coach Hart as well, I mean, those guys are feeding to me. Let me meet a lot of guys that have had a lot of knowledge into the game. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to say. It feels like I'm supposed to be here, but, I mean, it just getting me ready for the next level because I'm pretty sure it's going to be way more.
So, by you playing, how long have you been playing football?
Been playing football since I was 11, so just about 12 years.
So, over the 12 years, I'm sure you played on several teams. How has Jackson State been different from any other team you played for? I know you are a transfer student, transferring from a big school, you know, that's known all around, and now here you are here at Jackson State, and, you know, this wasn't a step down, this was a step up, and now everyone has eyes on JSU. So, what distinguishes JSU from any other team you played on? This could be from Little League all the way up till now.
I mean, the structure, as far as the experience, as far as people I meet. I never met as many people as I have ever done playing football. Of course, I've been on a lot of championship teams. I don't remember a team I haven't been on that I didn't win the championship. So, but the thing that separates this season, this team from a lot of other teams is the people I've met, the type of knowledge I've gotten as far as the pro level. You know, other teams, you just learn to go play football, hit people, win, boom, it's cool, go home with your family. Here, you know, you win, it's interviews, it's more people that you meet, more Hall of Famers that you meet. As far as Yellow Jackets, Gold Jackets, let me rephrase that. I met a lot of Gold Jackets, a lot of Hall of Famers in the NFL. I've never done that playing football.
Oh, awesome. So you mentioned you will come to practice and then go home. You know, you will play, then go home. Do you feel like when you come here, it's kind of like a home away from home? You know, by you being from Memphis, you know, how is that the brotherhood of having teammates that, you know, not only resonate with you on the field, they resonate with you off the field, in the classrooms, in the city of Jackson? We all know that we love sports, okay? We love football, but we know that it's bigger than that. What ways has your teammates, your family, your new family, of course, really shaped you and really built you up to who you are, and how do you feel like so comfortable with them and like homie, like the brotherhood? Like, just speak on the brotherhood.
I'm gonna start with me being from Memphis. Jackson, Mississippi is just like Memphis. People wouldn't really say that if they're from anywhere else, but I mean, from the streets to the potholes to the people that's here, to the fan base, to the people that you see around to talk to, it's just like Memphis. From the convenience stores to the cars you see, to everything, reminds me of being home. So I don't feel like I'm a home away from home. I feel like I'm still in Memphis every day. As far as the players, I mean, me from where I was, I mean, you see a lot of this as far as the team that I'm playing on. So I mean, it's kind of like I'm more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm very comfortable being where I'm at. I can trust these guys. It's like I've been playing with these guys all my life. I mean, we like the same music. We do the same dances. I mean, we talk about the same things as far as so. I'm very comfortable with my team. I mean, I wouldn't trade them at all. You know, the mindset is a lot of people, like Coachprime tells me things that you have to gain respect. So not just coming in and talking to people, you have to actually show them. And I think they allowed me to do that. And so now they're following behind me. So, you know, everything's just falling into place. I mean, this team is one of a kind.
Yeah, I think that speaks volumes because we know a lot of people are watching, and we know that a lot of, you know, the younger generation, they want to know what we have going on, and what better way for you to speak on, you know, things that would propel them to shift their eye here. You know, they see it. We live in a digital age. They see it all on, you know, social media, but for them to say, to choose us, you know, to choose this as a home, and to make a decision that will impact the rest of their life. Because I think this is not just only in Fort Forest Collegiate. Like you said, you're a part of history. We talked about that earlier. I'm going to talk about it later, but to be a part of history is exponential. What would you tell the younger athletes that are looking at the possibility of playing here? What would you tell them?
I mean, you see a lot of guys that's playing in the football league, and you see mostly black people on the team. And I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but the main thing I'll just say is come home. A lot of people don't say that, but that's kind of what I seen when I got the call to come here. I mean, just change the narrative. You know, HBCUs, you hear them as just like a low-level team. You always hear PWIs being this, being that. But you got to think about the foundation that they're getting it from. So the biggest thing I would say is just come home. And that's the same thing, kind of like to answer your own question, your last question was, you got a lot of guys that's, like I said, this skin tone is doing the same thing, and a lot of people have their own, what word I want to say, they have their own stereotype of what we have in mind and what we do. So as far as being guys who don't care about football or don't care about school, you know, only care about women and stuff like that. So the biggest thing is come home and help your culture change the narrative as a whole in the world.
Awesome.
And for the people that don't know, Aubrey was one of the first people to commit to the Prime era once he got hired here at Jackson State. And the growth from then to now, being this our third season here, this is last season, he got his bachelor's degree, working on his master's, he graduates in April. Personally, from man to man, I appreciate your growth, your leadership, your play, your energy, day in and day out. And I'm excited to see where you go and how you go, you know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate it.
4-5, look alive, man. DreamTeam, man, for life. Okay.
Great.
That was good.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, so to conclude today's episode, we're going to go back to the history. This is something that I remember Coachprime speaking on how we won't, as youngsters, we really won't understand the importance of this until later on in life. And sometimes we can just be in the moment, in the vibe and stuff. We probably won't really understand until someone else comes tell us, like that we are, even to just be a part of this and see this and experience this, is very it's timeless. However, I do believe that even though we're young, we should relish this moment and not focus on, too much on the past and what things have been in the past, and focusing on too much of the future, what we're going to do next. But it's sometimes, it's imperative to live in the moment and appreciate it for what it is, the present, the blessing in the present. It's a present. It's a gift, present is a gift. We'll get to that, you know what I'm saying? But those who know, it's a gift to be present, and that's the present in it. So the history is, just talk about the history. Just go into detail and depth, because we don't just have one history that's being made. We have several that's consecutive, and then it's continuous. So I think it's great to just be a part of this. So just talk about the history.
These past few weeks has definitely been historic and very monumental, just for the HBCUs all around the world, in Jackson, Mississippi in particular. Just starting off 2 weeks ago with Goodmorning America, just for the city of Jackson and HBCUs all around the world to be featured on Goodmorning America, just seeing the kids' face, the community face, just being on that field and doing that. I mean, Michael Strahan and amongst plenty of other stars going into our homecoming game. We was blessed by Uncle Snoop, of course, Rick Ross, of course, just countless of others, just to come and witness what Coachprime and Jackson State football are putting on the table and putting on the field week in and week out. Then we follow that week, with Collegegameday. And that's just been it's a big thing every Saturday morning. Everybody watch Collegegameday. We watch it every time we on the road, in the hotel, eating breakfast. So for those people for that company and that network to come here and bless us, and finding out that they have HBCU grads on their production team, and working with the lights and the cameras and the media, that's just mind blowing. We met a young, but a great man that was a Jackson State grad, 1978. He shot the first episode of Collegegameday 25 years ago.
Wow.
For that to come around full circle, and for the Jackson State media team to be able to see the behind the scenes of what goes into that, leading up into that Saturday morning, was a great experience for our students, a great experience for the city of Jackson, that came out, that showed out, despite the weather, despite the cold, despite the rain, which Coach Prime talked about. It was a tremendous experience that is bigger than football, and some things bigger than life. These situations may never happen again. So like you said, it's a present to be in the present. It's a gift to be where your feet's at. And that's what Coach Prime talks about all the time. He always says that, I'm not worried about the future, I'm worried about the now. Because if you're worried about the future, you're going to miss what's going on in day to day. So it's just a blessing to experience that. It's a blessing to know that there are HBCU grads that is behind the production of what we see on TV, what we see on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. So it's just a tremendous blessing. And for our media team, including myself, to witness that, to talk to them, to go in the trailers with the audio and the sound and the visual, it was a great experience. That truthfully, I don't know what happened, would it have happened without Coach Prime. That was just a great experience, alone. So it's just been a great, historic last couple weeks. And then we go to the football field. Us tying a record of 7-0 that was set back in 1983, and now being 8-0, breaking that record. It just shows you the tradition, the foundation that Jackson State has been for over years, and more years to come. And Coach Brown bringing that back to Jackson State, the most winning program besides Grambling in the SWAC. It's just been a great, historic, monumental, legendary experience that we've been adored these last couple of weeks.
Another historic moment, I want to bounce back off what you first talked on with Good Morning America. We have Marvin, who had the opportunity to actually have his mom and brother come out, and this is a national. This is on Good Morning America. Right. Everyone's waking up and watching this in the morning, whether they are into sports or not. Right. They were able to witness his story and history in his story, because he's the first Hispanic to be a drum major
Right.
here at Jackson State University. That's history in itself. And then also to hone in on, we are diversity. You know, we are HBCU, we are SWAC, and SWAC includes all nationalities. Okay, so that's just a representative of what we are as a school.
Right.
You know, not just a team. We know we have Mata, and we have all kind of people. You know, we have
Si, senor. You know.
yeah, so we are diversity. You know, it's not just because we shift the entire culture.
Right.
So we know, although those recruits coming out, you don't just have to be this. You can be any other thing else.
Right.
Pink, yellow, green, it don't matter. Okay. Right. So we accept everyone, and I love that, and we are part of history. And what I experienced college game day, seeing those orange buses come around. I mean, that was amazing. And then 8-0.
Right.
Like 8-0.
8-0.
It's only going up from here.
Right.
So I just love how you just broke everything down, because I mean, it's so important that the viewers understand what's going on. Right. And it's for the students and others. Right. By the students. So right. Yeah.
And that concludes our official second episode of the Dream Team Podcast. I want to give a special shout out to all our students. Ash shot it, Jada sniped it, James behind the lens, Filminati or Nobody, Tavion Gill, Let Suge shoot it, and many, many more. I mean, we just appreciate all these are students. All the lights, all the production is students. So we just want to give a special shout out to our guys. We love you and we appreciate you. And the sky's the limit. Remember, this is Dream Team Podcast. You can sleep,
but not on us.